how to achieve your goals alone. There's something powerful about standing alone. It's terrifying, yes, but it's also liberating because when you stand alone, you don't owe explanations, you don't wait for approval, you just move. There is an undeniable power in realizing that you are enough exactly as you are. Too often we wait for permission from society, from family, from friends to chase our dreams. We seek validation, looking for someone to tell us that we are capable, that we are worthy, that we deserve to take up space. But the truth is, you do not need anyone's approval to pursue what sets your soul on fire. The only permission you need is your own. When you recognize your own power, everything shifts. You stop waiting for the perfect moment or the right circumstances. You stop seeking reassurance from people who may never understand your vision. Instead, you take ownership of your journey. Because here's the reality. If you spend your life waiting for external validation, you will always be at the mercy of someone else's opinions. And opinions, they change like the wind. One day, they'll applaud you. The next, they'll doubt you. If your belief in yourself is dependent on others, your confidence will always be fragile. But when you embrace your own power, you become unstoppable. You walk into rooms without needing to shrink yourself. You take up space unapologetically. You trust your instincts, your skills, and your dreams. You understand that your worth is not defined by anyone else's approval. It comes from within. You are not powerful because someone else says you are. You are powerful because you decide you are. Of course, the journey is not easy. You will face resistance. People will question your choices. Some will tell you that you are dreaming too big, aiming too high, or stepping out of your lane. They will project their own fears onto you because your courage reminds them of their own insecurities. But that is not your burden to carry. Your purpose is not to fit into someone else's version of what is possible. It is to create your own reality. Embracing your power also means understanding that failure is part of the process. You will stumble, you will have moments of doubt, but confidence is not about never falling. It is about knowing you can rise every single time. It is about looking at challenges and saying, I will figure this out. It is about refusing to let fear dictate your choices. The world does not need you to be perfect. It does not need you to be fearless. It needs you to be bold enough to take the first step, even when no one is watching. It needs you to be resilient enough to keep going, even when no one believes in you yet, because the moment you stop waiting for permission, you step into your true power. And once you do that, nothing and no one can hold you back. Life has a way of throwing unexpected challenges our way. No matter how well we plan, setbacks are inevitable. But what if we stopped seeing obstacles as roadblocks and started viewing them as stepping stones? What if every failure, rejection, and detour was actually shaping us into something greater? The truth is, setbacks are not meant to break you. They are meant to build you. They are lessons in disguise, opportunities to grow, and moments that test your resilience. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to feel defeated. The disappointment can be crushing, and self-doubt creeps in, making you question your abilities and dreams. But in these moments, you have a choice. You can either let failure define you, or you can use it as fuel to push forward. Every successful person has faced failure, some more than once. The difference is that they refuse to let their failures stop them. Instead, they use them as a catalyst to come back stronger. Think about the times you have failed. Maybe it was a job opportunity that slipped away, a relationship that didn't work out, or a personal goal that seemed just out of reach. In the moment, it probably felt like the end of the road. But looking back, you realize that each setback taught you something valuable. Maybe it forced you to change direction, to refine your skills, or to develop a new perspective. Sometimes what feels like rejection is actually redirection, guiding you towards something even better than you imagined. Setbacks also build resilience. When you face adversity and keep going, you develop a strength that cannot be taught in any other way. You become more adaptable, more determined, and more prepared for future challenges. Resilience is not about never falling. It's about always getting back up. Every time you rise after a failure, you prove to yourself that you're capable of overcoming anything. It's important to remember that failure does not mean you are not good enough. It simply means you are still in the process of growing. The most powerful comeback stories are not the ones where success happened overnight, but the ones where someone kept going despite every reason to quit. The greatest achievements often come from those who face the hardest struggles but refuse to let them win. So when you encounter obstacles, don't see them as the end of the journey, see them as part of it. Let every setback fuel your determination. Let every failure teach you something new. And most importantly, let every challenge remind you that you are stronger than you think. Because setbacks are not the opposite of success, they are the foundation of it. And when you use them wisely, they don't just make you stronger, they set you up for the ultimate comeback. In a world that often celebrates others, it's easy to forget the importance of celebrating yourself. We look for external recognition, whether it's praise from family, approval from friends, or accolades from our peers. But what happens when those claps and cheers don't come? Do you stop believing in your own worth? Do you shrink back because no one is cheering you on? Or do you stand tall and cheer for yourself even when no one else does? The most important voice in your life should be your own. The most crucial applause should come from within you. Self-belief and confidence don't come from waiting for others to recognize your achievements. They come from acknowledging your own progress and giving yourself credit when no one else does. This is what it means to be your own biggest cheerleader. When you rely on others to validate your worth, you are giving away your power. People may not always notice your effort, your struggles, or the sacrifices you make, but that doesn't mean they are not significant. Every small victory, every step forward, every challenge you overcome matters. You don't need permission or recognition to be proud of yourself. You don't need someone to clap for you to know that you're moving in the right direction. Being your own cheerleader means having the confidence to celebrate your own progress, even when the world doesn't seem to be paying attention. It means standing in front of the mirror and telling yourself, you're doing great. It means reminding yourself of how far you've come, even when it feels like the finish line is miles away. The most successful people are not those who are always seeking validation. They are the ones who take pride in their journey, regardless of who notices. Self-celebration isn't about being arrogant or self-absorbed. It's about recognizing your value and acknowledging your hard work. It's about knowing that you are worthy of success, regardless of what others think or say. Confidence comes from within, and it is nurtured by the way you talk to yourself. If you constantly wait for someone else to tell you that you're doing well, you will be forever dependent on others for your self-worth. But when you learn to applaud yourself, you build a foundation of inner strength that no external force can shake. Being your own biggest cheerleader also means not letting criticism or negativity hold you back. People will doubt you. They will question your abilities, your dreams, and your choices. But when you have confidence in yourself, you don't let those voices drown out your own belief in what you are capable of. You learn to stay focused on your path, trusting that your hard work will pay off. So the next time you accomplish something, no matter how small it may seem, don't wait for someone else to celebrate with you. Celebrate yourself. Give yourself the applause you deserve. Because when you start clapping for yourself, you create a ripple effect of self-belief that will carry you through even the toughest times. Confidence, after all, is not about waiting for others to see your worth. It's about seeing it in yourself first. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that one big moment, one massive leap forward is all it takes to achieve greatness. We look at others who seem to have it all, assuming that their success came from a single breakthrough or a stroke of luck. But the reality is that success is a product of relentless, consistent effort. The small, seemingly insignificant actions you take every day are the building blocks of something far greater. It's not the one big push, but the small steps day after day that lead to massive change over time. Relentlessness is about the ability to keep going even when it feels like nothing is happening. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting that your efforts will eventually pay off. It's easy to give up when you don't see immediate results. You put in the hours, make sacrifices and push through obstacles, but sometimes the fruits of your labor feel far out of reach. This is when most people quit. They get discouraged, frustrated, and convinced that they aren't making progress. But relentless effort means continuing even when the outcome is not immediately visible. It's about believing in the process even when the rewards aren't obvious. Consistency, on the other hand, is the key that turns effort into results. You can't expect success if you work hard for a week and then take a month off. The magic happens in the daily routine, in the habit of showing up. Even when motivation is low, even when things aren't going perfectly, consistency is about doing what needs to be done, not just when it feels good, but when it doesn't. It's about making progress, no matter how small, and understanding that small actions, when repeated over time, compound into something significant. One of the most powerful aspects of consistency is that it creates momentum. At first, it may feel like your efforts are invisible, like you're putting in all this work for little return, but as you continue, you begin to see the cumulative effect of your actions. Each day, you're building something stronger, more resilient, and more refined. The results may not appear in a flash, but when you look back, you'll see how far you've come. The compounding effect of daily efforts is what separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon. Every small task completed is one more piece of the puzzle, another step closer to your goal. This is why success isn't always about working harder. It's about working smarter, consistently. It's about doing the right things every day, not just when you're inspired, but when it feels like the effort is invisible. Relentless and consistent action leads to growth that is steady and sustainable. It's not about achieving instant gratification, but about creating lasting change over time. Success is a journey, and it's the small daily actions that turn the impossible into the possible. So no matter where you are right now, no matter how far the finish line seems, stay relentless, stay consistent, and trust that your efforts will compound into the success you've been working toward. In a world full of opinions, doubts, and noise, it's easy to lose sight of your own vision. Everywhere you turn, someone has something to say, whether it's about what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, or whether you should even be doing it at all. The noise can be deafening, and if you're not careful, it can drown out the most important voice of all, your own. Ignoring the doubts, criticism, and doubts drown out the main voice of all, the voice of your own heart. And negativity from others is one of the most powerful things you can do for your growth and success. It's not just about shutting out the noise, but about staying focused on what truly matters, your vision and your purpose. Doubt is a powerful force. It creeps in when you're trying to move forward, questioning your abilities, your decisions, and your path. Sometimes this doubt comes from within, but often it's amplified by the voices around you. People who may not understand your journey or your dreams will project their fears onto you. They may say it's too risky, you're not qualified enough, or it's never been done before. These opinions, though often well-meaning, are often rooted in their own insecurities and fears. When you listen to them, you start to second-guess yourself, questioning whether your dreams are really possible. This self-doubt can become paralyzing, keeping you stuck and afraid to take the next step. Criticism is another form of noise that can derail your progress. Everyone has an opinion about how you should be doing things, whether it's your career, your personal life, or your dreams. Criticism can come from friends, family, colleagues, or even strangers on social media. While constructive criticism can be helpful, much of it is simply noise designed to make you question your choices. It's important to remember that no one knows your journey as well as you do. You are the one living it. So while feedback can be valuable, it's essential to filter out the criticism that doesn't align with your vision and goals. Negativity, whether from others or your own inner dialogue, can be one of the most toxic forms of noise. It's easy to get caught up in a cycle of negative thinking, especially when things don't seem to be going your way. But negativity only drains your energy and clouds your judgment. The more you focus on what's not working or the obstacles in your path, the more you allow negativity to take control. But when you silence the noise and refuse to engage with the negativity, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters. You begin to see opportunities instead of challenges, and you start to take decisive action toward your goals. Keeping your vision clear in the midst of all this noise is essential for success. Your vision is your compass. It's what keeps you on track when everything around you is trying to pull you in different directions. To keep your vision clear, you must consciously choose to block out distractions, whether they're external voices or your own doubts. Trust in your intuition and your purpose. Remember that your path is unique, and while others may try to influence you, they cannot walk your journey for you. So, in the face of doubt, criticism, and negativity, remind yourself to stay focused on your own vision. Trust yourself and your abilities. Don't let the noise drown out your dreams. Keep your eyes on the prize and let the rest fade into the background. Because when you silence the noise, you give yourself the space to hear your own voice. And that's where true clarity and success lie. Your story is yours, and it is one of the most powerful things you'll ever own. From the smallest moments to the most transformative experiences, every step of your journey has shaped who you are today. Yet so often, we are conditioned to downplay our own story, to diminish its significance in the eyes of others. We compare our paths to those around us, seeking validation from the outside world, instead of embracing the beauty and strength of our own unique journey. But the truth is, no one else has walked the same road you've walked, experienced the same challenges, or learned the same lessons. Your story is one of a kind, and it deserves to be owned, celebrated, and walked with pride. To own your story means to accept every part of it, the successes, the failures, the setbacks, and the moments of doubt. It means acknowledging that everything you've been through has contributed to who you are today, and that every challenge you've faced has given you strength, resilience, and wisdom. There is no shame in the struggles you've overcome. They are not weaknesses, they are evidence of your ability to endure and grow. Every time you've fallen and gotten back up, you've proven that you are capable of more than you could have ever imagined. So instead of hiding behind your past or pretending it doesn't matter, embrace it, own it, because without it, you wouldn't be the person you are now. Owning your story also means walking in your truth, no matter who's watching. It's easy to get caught up in the opinions of others, to try to fit into someone else's mold of success or happiness. But when you do this, you give up your power. You dilute your authenticity in favor of approval from the outside world. The only approval that truly matters is your own. Your journey is yours to navigate, and it's up to you to define what success looks like for you. Don't let anyone else's expectations dictate your path. You are not here to live someone else's dream. You are here to live your own. And when you walk with pride in your own truth, you will attract the right people, opportunities, and experiences that align with who you truly are. Sometimes owning your story means being vulnerable. It means sharing the parts of yourself that you might have kept hidden out of fear of judgment or rejection. But vulnerability is not a weakness. It's a sign of courage. It takes strength to show up as your true self without pretending to be anything you're not. When you embrace vulnerability, you create space for others to do the same. You inspire those around you to step into their own truth and to own their own stories. The more you embrace your journey, the more you give others permission to embrace theirs. Your journey is not just about reaching the destination. It's about how you walk along the way. The pride you take in your story will determine how you carry yourself, how you face challenges, and how you celebrate victories. It's not about seeking external validation. It's about finding peace and pride within yourself. The world may not always understand or appreciate your story, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that you know its worth. Walk with confidence, knowing that your journey is significant and no one else's opinion can take that away from you. Your journey is yours. Every struggle, every triumph, every moment of doubt, it all makes you who you are. Don't apologize for it. Own it. Because when you finally achieve your goal, the world will ask how you did it, and you'll say, I believed. I worked, I never gave up, and I did it alone. Now go and make it happen.